Let's look at screen recording. Let's look at a couple recommended applications. And we really looked at this in the quick start guide, but I wanted to go in a little bit more detail. For our Windows viewers, we have Camtasia. Now, Camtasia is a $300 software, and I do have free options, and I'll get to those here in just a second. Now, Camtasia has every option you need and none you don't. You can get it from that URL right there. It's techsmith.com. Camtasia is built with screen recording in mind. It has the ability to zoom in, zoom out, highlight certain areas, add transitions. Not only does it have screen recording in it so you can record the screen live, it also has basic editing functions. And what I mean by basic editing functions is you look at Final Cut Pro, which is a professional editing program on a Mac. Way more than most people need. That's designed for creating commercials and for creating high quality video and creating documentaries and movies and all that kind of stuff. And I've done that and I have Final Cut Pro. But whenever I do a screen recording, I'm on a Mac, so I use Screenflow. You don't need that, and I don't need that even whenever I do screen recordings. The developers of Camtasia, it's designed to record your screen. It will also record your webcam, your microphone, your computer audio, all that kind of stuff. And then in the editing side, they've taken all of the functions that you don't need for editing out, and they have created new functions for editing designed for screen recording. So what they've done is they've taken that platform and created essentially a new type of editing program. And Screenflow has done the same thing as well. It's just for a Mac versus a PC. But they've taken that and they've stripped it out and they've made it easy for a normal person. They've taken a program and designed it around that. So it does exactly what you need it to do for screen recording. So that's kind of what Camtasia has done, and they've been very successful in it. The comparable option on the Mac is Screenflow. And Screenflow is essentially the same thing as Camtasia, just different implementation. And Camtasia does have a Mac version, but it's not nearly as good. It's what we call a ported program. But Screenflow on a Mac is written with a Mac in mind versus the Camtasia on a Mac, which is actually written with Windows in mind, just ported over to Mac. It's the best option for Mac users. What it does is it records in a Mac-friendly format, and it gives you super high quality, and it keeps it stable and easy to use. So it's just like Camtasia. They've taken all the stuff out of Final Cut Pro. Especially if you're starting out, I don't recommend you go out and you purchase these expensive programs. So I've thrown together a few free recommended applications that'll do just about the same thing. For example, like on Windows, you have Active Presenter. Now, Active Presenter is free. It's not quite as powerful as Camtasia, and it's a little bit buggier. Some always recommend you save as much as possible, especially if you're working on a large project. But it is a free program, so it's kind of hard to complain about a free program. Now, on the Mac, you have two options that are built in and they ship on every Mac. So you have QuickTime and iMovie. The disadvantage here is it's actually two separate programs. They're not really designed to do what we do with them. Now, QuickTime does have a screen recording option, so it can record your entire screen or a portion of your screen. And then iMovie is kind of like the dumbed down version of Final Cut Pro. So it is a full-featured editing platform. It's going to have most of the options that you need, especially just cutting a video and then exporting it out. If you've made the investment on a Mac, it comes shipped on that Mac. It's very simple. It's easy to use. Your only disadvantage, like I said, is you record in QuickTime and then you edit on iMovie. So you kind of have to export it. And QuickTime records in a very high quality video, which is good. You'll notice that, for example, the slide here hasn't changed for a while, so I don't need 60 frames per second. I don't want to get too technical here, but 60 frames per second is the standard for HD video. What it means is it actually is 60 still images turned into a movie. What Screenflow and Camtasia will do is they will vary that frames per second to adjust and give you a smaller file whenever it doesn't need it. As far as screen recording goes, there are a lot of different ideas that you can do. And we've kind of touched on these before, but effective presentation ideas for a screen recording, you have a product demo. So you can show your new product. You can also use PowerPoint and Keynote. This is probably the easiest and the fastest to get up and running. And then you have a website walkthrough. So you can look at pros and cons of a website, maybe website design or whatever else.
If you liked this video, please click the like button below. If you'd like to know when we add more videos, please subscribe. And if you know anyone who needs a mobile app or a mobile website, please have them get in touch with us. We are Mobile Apps Colorado. We build mobile apps, mobile sites, websites, and marketing campaigns for all kinds of businesses all over the world. We look forward to being of service for you.